Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Legal Talk Tuesday. I'm Crystal I. Myers, Esquire, founder and principal attorney of B Bossy LLC, a boutique law firm with a primary focus on helping small businesses, small brands, and small nonprofit organizations with their legal needs. Before we get into this week's topic, let me remind you that nothing that I say or do in this video is with the intention of creating an attorney-client relationship between me and any of you. This video is solely for educational and informational purposes only. Now, let's get into this week's topic. It is not uncommon for small businesses to enter into agreements with other small businesses that include non-traditional compensation terms. You may know these arrangements or these agreements as bartering agreements, shared income agreements, or stock ownership agreements, to name a few. Let's take a poll. How many of you, when your business was in its infancy stage, entered into agreements with another business where you bartered for the exchange of goods or services? Okay, and how many of you, even once your business was well established, found a business that you wanted to collaborate with and it made sense to do a shared income agreement? Under this agreement, one business offered a package of goods and or services and included a good and or service from you in that package in exchange for a set fee from each purchase of that package. Taking it a step further, how many of you may have found yourself in a situation where someone offered to provide you with goods, services, or even cash flow to help expand your business, and that person asked for a percentage of your business in exchange for helping you? I'm sure most, if not all of you, can identify with at least one of those scenarios. I'm also sure a number of you who have entered into such agreements did not think about turning your verbal agreements or email chains into a formal contract. This is why in this episode, my focus is on how to protect non-traditional agreements such as these. Or put another way, agreements with non-traditional or creative compensation terms. What I want you to note at the outset is that non-traditional agreements, as illustrated herein, can still be formalized in a traditional way. In other words, you can and should have an attorney draft or review the agreement before you act on it. This is particularly important because agreements such as these often are misinterpreted by one party. I cannot tell you how many times I have been consulted on breach of a barter agreement. Excuse me. In these scenarios, one party alleged the other party did not fulfill its obligation as agreed. Typically, this happens because the services that the parties bartered with do not hold the same value. But the parties agree to services based on value and not time. For example, let's say Issa and Molly enter into a barter agreement for services. Both ladies agree to give $500 worth of services to the other to cut down on their overhead costs for each of their businesses for the month of October. After each party provides her respective services, Issa sends an email to Molly alleging breach of their contract. Issa says she gave Molly 2 hours of service, but Molly only gave Issa 1 hour. Molly counters that the agreement states service valued at $500 and refers to her normal rate of $500 per hour of service. Now Issa feels cheated in their non-traditional agreement. Had Issa and Molly consulted an attorney and had their agreement formalized, this could have been avoided, or at least provided Issa with options to pursue a breach of contract claim against Molly. Thus, the simplest way to protect your interests in non-traditional agreements is by enlisting the help of your business attorney. I will note the case of Issa versus Molly is not the only possible scenario you should consider. Like most of my Legal Talk Tuesday episodes, my goal is to change your mindset so that you are thinking about your everyday business moves with a legal lens. I want you to get into the habit of at least asking yourself, is this something I need to consult my business attorney about? It's that simple. This kind of thinking helps maximize your protection of your business. If you have a non traditional arrangement that you need to formalize, or if you simply want to be proactive with your business legal needs, head over to my website, www.thebossyapproach.com, to learn more about me, the services I offer, and how to book a free discovery call with me so we can chat more about your specific business legal needs. While you're there, be sure to click on the Bossy Shop tab where you can find our Bossy inspired merch, like this nice Bossy Behavior sweatshirt that I'm rocking today. So check it out. Christmas is coming up, the holidays, everything. That'll do it for this week's episode. Until next Tuesday, be bold, be brave, be bossy. See ya.